All right, in this video, we're going to talk about Ryan Garcia. With many fights falling apart, he says he still wants to fight on pay-per-view. Does he need to go back to Devin Haney negotiations? That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Man, oh man, it was all good just a week ago, in the words of Jay-Z. Eddie Hearn did a recent interview with Boxingego, and he basically says in so many words that Ryan Garcia is pretty well cornered. As you guys know, if you subscribe to my channel, I give you guys the latest and greatest in boxing news. Ryan Garcia had stated that he wanted to fight Rolly immediately after beating Oscar Duarte. But then somewhere after that fight, he put a poll on his Twitter, X, and he says, do you want to see me fight Rolly next or Devin Haney? The fans voted, so then he seemingly switched gears to negotiate with Devin Haney. And some people believed this and thought this was all in well, and it was being confirmed by Oscar De La Hoya. It was being confirmed by Ryan. Hey, I've instructed my team to get the Devin Haney fight. Bill Haney and Devin confirmed that they were in talks with Golden Boy. I didn't believe it. I knew I just had a feeling that it would not be next, right? And it looks like so far so good. I was right. Out of nowhere, Ryan Garcia comes out and says, you know what? On second thought, I'm going back to Rolly. Devin Haney thought it was going to be Haney Garcia, but the fight would really be Garcia Haney, meaning Ryan is positioning himself as the A side. Despite Devin Haney holding the WBC 140-pound title, Ryan still feels like, yo, I fought Tank and did $1 million, so I'm the A side, right? Then out of nowhere, Rolly came out and said Ryan and Oscar De La Hoya are a bunch of jokes, basically. He says, I'm going to target Pitbull Cruz. This ain't going to work because they're saying I priced myself out, yada, yada, yada. So that's two fights that were seemingly grand opening, grand closing for Ryan Garcia. Now, the craziest thing is that Ryan Garcia, this is two fights in pretty much a month's time, but this is not the first time this has happened for Ryan Garcia. And I'm not going to go through the whole list in detail. This is why you guys, again, subscribe to the channel so you guys will be caught up with what's going on in boxing. But Ryan has done this before. Ryan Garcia has taken to social media and he's made statements like, yo, I'm fighting Manny Pacquiao. This was after he said he was fighting Gervonta Davis, who he later fought. But I'm talking about at this specific time, he said he was going to fight Gervonta Davis. Then he said, I got to fight bigger than Gervonta Davis, which led people to question, like, who could he possibly be talking about? Then he said he was going to fight Pacquiao, and the Tank fight didn't happen next, and the Manny Pacquiao fight didn't happen next. So people have almost a bad taste from Ryan Garcia doing these premature announcements, not including or not limited to the Jojo Diaz fight. This was a fight that was highly reported, and Ryan pulled out, said, I need a surgery. You know, he was supposed to fight Javier Fortuna. Ryan pulled out the first time and says, yo, I got anxiety. I can't deal with all this pressure. So you see, for obvious reasons, it's not really looking good. Like, you can't have, it's like the boy who cried wolf. Now Eddie Hearn has done an interview with the Boxingego, and he says, quote, I just think that originally Ryan Garcia wanted to fight Devin Haney, and I was disappointed when he switched to Rolly. And obviously the Rolly fight is not happening now. He goes on to say, I had a quick message to Ryan Garcia last night, and I said to him, your timing is great because I'm going to Las Vegas tomorrow. Devin and Bill Haney, they're there. They are there. Sometimes things just slot in and work out. So I think that's a really natural fight to make, and I hope everybody can get sensible, and I hope we can get the fight made. April 20th is the potential date for that pay-per-view, or for pay-per-view. That's the one that makes sense. If I'm advising Devin Haney, I'm saying Let's get a deal made. Ryan will be difficult because it's all difficult. Everyone is difficult, but if he really wants to fight, there's no reason that the fight shouldn't get made. End quote, Eddie Hearn. Now, I do not disagree with what Eddie Hearn said. However, me personally, I'm not falling for it, you know, because it sounds good, but this is a promoter. Devin Haney, he's kind of in a like limbo. I think he wants to work with Eddie Hearn, but it hasn't been confirmed that he's guaranteed working with Eddie Hearn. So he might have some flexibility. But the reality is, you don't got to burn me twice for me to get the picture. You know, if I get burned once, then it's what it is. So Ryan Garcia is just too many premature announcements. I don't really care. You know, I'm not going to spend time and think about possible outcomes. See, I say that for y'all. I mean, I've never been big on that. I tell you guys all the time on my channel, I do not give out fight predictions to fantasy fights with active fighters. Because if you just think about it, that's pretty ridiculous. Why would I have to, like, I can understand if you're like, oh, Mike Tyson versus David Tua. It's like a fight that's past the expiration date. It likely wouldn't happen now. And even if it did happen now, I mean, Tyson's 50 something years old, whatever age he is, it just doesn't really make sense for now. So I can even understand if somebody was doing a fight prediction for a completely fantasy Floyd Mayweather versus Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., you know, things like that. But I refuse. My integrity, my pride will not allow me to waste my time. Y'all know I don't like to waste my time, and I refuse to waste my time. So I'm not going to waste my time on active fighters not fighting, and then I got to play this game and charade about who would hypothetically win, and it shouldn't even be a hypothetical. So holla at me when the fight gets made. Do I think Ryan and Devin happens April 20th? Absolutely not. Listen, I love to be right, but I don't mind being wrong if I am truly wrong. So I would happily be wrong if they can get the fight done. I would happily pay. I just went to Devin Haney's last fight with Regis Prograis, and they had a good build-up. The crowd, the live crowd in San Francisco came out in the Bay Area, my backyard. So everything worked out. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney is even bigger a fight. So it's an even bigger fight. So of course I would support it in any way. I would use my platform, use my channel to discuss and break down if it gets made. But I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. What do you mean? You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe? You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe? Now you got to use some bass in your voice. Say, man, I ain't falling for no banana in the tailpipe. To all my movie buffs out there, let me know what movie that is from, that quote that I just did. The banana in the tailpipe quote. Drop it in the comment section and let me know what movie that is from. Let's see who really knows their movies. Now back to Ryan and Devin. Again, amazing fight. They fought 6 times as amateurs, and they both won the same amount of fights, 3 apiece. So this would be the first fight where the fighter who wins, either Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia, would officially take the edge, because it won't be 3 apiece. Somebody who wins when they finally fight, that person will have 4 wins between the amateurs and pros. I know they're 2 different games, but still, they'll have a 4th win, and then the other person will only have 3. So it'll really be a stalemate, a rubberneck tiebreaker, and I do fancy that. I like that, you know. But am I going to play this game and like wait all day for the fight? No, absolutely not. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm wrong. I think it's a good fight, but the business, you know, that got to get done. And I've just seen too much boy who cry wolf behavior, particularly from Ryan Garcia, for me to hold out hope that the fight can truly be next. Like, especially with Golden Boy, because I told you, even if the fighters won it, like if Eddie Hearn is representing Devin Haney's going to be hard to beat, you know? So I don't think he would be the one who would hinder the fight. But then you look at Golden Boy, they don't really have stars. Like, you got Eddie Hearn still got like Anthony Joshua. The biggest star by a country mile that Golden Boy has is Ryan Garcia, right? Because Floyd Schofield, I mean, he's dope. He's doing his thing. I'm not knocking him. But what I'm saying is he's still so young. He hasn't been branded. Plus, what fights can he fight? Like, what big names does Golden Boy have to really match him? They're going to have to work with other promoters to make Keyshawn Davis fights and things like that. Because Golden Boy just had, there was a rumor that Floyd Schofield and JoJo Diaz Jr. were going to fight. I don't know why they're not fighting. JoJo Diaz is fighting somebody else and Floyd Schofield is fighting someone else. So when I see a company like Golden Boy and they're not even making in-house fights that should be easy to make, then I definitely don't believe they're going to take their biggest earner like a Ryan Garcia and put him in the mix immediately with a guy like Devin Haney. I don't see it. So I'm not from St. Louis, but you can still say I'm from the show me state. That's the era I'm from. Show me. Don't talk about it. Don't leave angry comment. Oh, ego. Oh, you're hate. Oh, ego. Show me. Make this fight, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, April 20th, and I'll happily be wrong. But you got to show me that one because I don't believe it happens next. I think they'll both end up fighting other opposition. I don't know what Ryan's going to do for a pay-per-view. He's talking about he want to do a pay-per-view. I mean, I guess the best option for Ryan, like wild card, would be like an Adrian Broner. Maybe that's a makeable fight. Broner on the back half of his career, work with Don King. Maybe that's something Golden Boy. I think Oscar probably got a good relationship with Don King. I don't know for a fact, but maybe something like that. Just because the fight would be crazy, I guess you could put that on pay-per-view. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Bang Bang Niner Gang. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.